Welcome to the 365 Commitment Podcast. My name is Paul Lunny. I'm a business owner and entrepreneur, and each day we're here to bring you your daily dose of commitment, motivation, and inspiration to help you achieve your goals and make your dreams a reality. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us today. Let's get started and make today the best it can be. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon, or good night, actually, depending on where you are in the world right now, where you're listening. I hope you're well and are having a great start to your day, or great lunch or great afternoon, actually. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much for listening to our first daily podcast. I hope you enjoy it. We're really excited to be pushing this content out to you and have the opportunity to connect with people all over the world in a way that perhaps we haven't had in the past. So thank you very much for joining us. As everyday life becomes busier and busier, it can sometimes be difficult to find sort of 10 minutes or so to really think about things in your life, your goals, your relationships. And really, as a father of a 7-month-old daughter, I've got another child on the way, a little boy who'll be here September time. I'm a husband, I'm a business owner, I employ staff, I'm also an entrepreneur, and I have sort of charitable commitments as well. I often feel that there's just not enough time in the day to really think about my life and to think about my goals other than sort of running around trying to make everything else happen. So really, this podcast is an opportunity for me as much as it is for you guys listening to really just find some head time and take time out of the day to really kind of get your thoughts together. It's also important to kind of give thanks for the good things that are happening in your life and really to appreciate the people and the relationships and the connections that we have in our lives, and to make sure we do, take an opportunity to value those connections, because it can be easy to kind of overlook them, but also to reflect on areas in our lives that we can improve on. And that's what this podcast is all about, really, just taking time out to think, to focus on what comes next, to plan action each day, and to plan out the steps that we can take to making our targets and our goals become things that are now sort of we can list on our achievement list. So yeah, that's what our podcast is about, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy the podcast after listening today, please subscribe on iTunes or whatever platform that you're listening to, as well as on YouTube. We're going to be on YouTube, and please share and spread the love on social media. Let your friends know that you've enjoyed it, and spread the love. So today I want to talk about sort of commitment, which is really what we're about. It's clues in the name. And to talk about our goals, and we all have goals, things we'd like to achieve, dreams that we would love to see become a reality. But I always wonder how many of us will one day wake up knowing we made these goals a reality, that we actually achieved what we set out to do. And there's no reason why I or every single person listening to this, and you listening to this right now, cannot make your dreams come true. It sounds like a cliche, and I found like I'm on an infomercial, just a one-off payment of £199, and you too can have a smile like me. But it does sound a bit like a cliche, but I genuinely believe every single person with the right commitment and enough action can achieve their goals. So the question is not can you. The question is, will you? And life has a fantastic way of kind of getting in the way of things or creating distractions. As I say, as a father, I know this probably more than most. But over the last kind of 10 years of my life, I have been through a divorce. I've nearly gone bankrupt. As much as it pains me to say, I've recovered from a drug addiction. I have remarried, moved back from Spain, and now I have a 7-month-old daughter with a second child on the way. So, I know life is full of events that can, if you let them, distract you and pull you off course onto a different path, really. So life shouldn't stop you focusing on your goals, and it shouldn't stop you achieving them. So in order to kind of focus on that, I want to talk about the word commitment. Now, if you look it up, it is actually quite an interesting word. It's got two definitions, really. The first one is the one I think we're all really familiar with. I'll just read the definition to you now. It's the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity. Now, hopefully, we all understand what that means. We understand the need to focus on our goals, to keep them at the forefront of our mind. But it's the second definition I really want to kind of focus on. So I'll just read that to you now. So it's an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. Now, for the most part, I believe many of us overlook this aspect of commitment. When we write our goals down at the start of the year, New Year's resolutions, when we write down our to-do lists and promise ourselves that, this year will be the year I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to go to the gym today, or I'm going to run that marathon, or I'm going to grow my business. We focus on the action that we have to take to achieve that goal, to make it happen, whether it be kind of getting into the gym at 5 or doing extra hours at work or, whatever it might be. But I wonder how many of us actually think about the things that we shouldn't do in order to achieve our goals. We overlook the other side of the commitment goal, the restriction of any other opportunities to kind of go off course. What very few of us do is look at the things we must not do, the things that eat away at our success without us even realizing, the sacrifices we have to make to achieve what we want. And that's a really big question that I think we should all ask ourselves, and maybe you should ask yourself today. Are you prepared to sacrifice something to achieve the goals you want? When you commit to something or remove all other options or outcomes from a situation, there is only one outcome, and that is achieving the goal you're looking for. And if you are struggling to make your goals happen, or struggling to kind of live a life that you deserve, then maybe it's time to ask the question, have I genuinely committed to making this happen? Or have I just said I have? Have I made the realization that, if I want to lose weight, I can't go out for that meal? Or if I do go out for the meal, I can't eat I can't have the ribs or whatever it is on the menu, or I have to get up early. I can't have a lie-in. I have to go to the gym. And being honest with yourself and evaluating your behavior, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being honest with yourself, as long as the outcome of that sort of self-evaluation is that you say to yourself, that was then, that happened, whether good or bad. This was the positives. This was the negatives. This is now. What can I do today to make positive steps to where I want to be? What action can I take to take a step forward to where I want to be? And commitment does mean you have to make sacrifices. And it means sacrificing anything that comes between you and your goals. We talk about people who have become super successful managing directors, CEOs. They've had to make sacrifices to get to where they want to go. Okay, so accepting that sacrifice is not a bad thing. Making some sacrifices gets you to where you want to be. Okay, and that's whether it's specific behavior that's kind of getting in the way, parts of your social life. I've had friends and connections, they weren't friends in retrospect, but people who I associated with who were not right for me or where I wanted to be. So what do you have to sacrifice to achieve your goals? What is getting in the way of you making your targets a reality? What behavior is stopping you getting where you need to be? Because once you can answer those questions, you can put things in place to make sure that they no longer get in the way. Now, once you've had a think about this today, please share or comment on social media. Share your thoughts, share your ideas. Join our group of entrepreneurs and like-minded people who are looking to achieve success. And over the coming weeks, we're going to be focusing on commitment, looking at ideas and motivation to help you guys achieve your goals, and really kind of breaking down what it means to be successful. How do we get those wheels moving and keep them moving? And over the next week or so, that is really what we're going to be focusing on. When we first start to commit to making our goals reality, it is difficult. Do I want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to the gym? No, I don't. But I have to. So how do I get that kind of pattern of behavior going? How do I keep it there? And how do I get motivated, super pumped to kind of keep going to the gym at 5 a.m.? So please share this post, comment below, share this blog online on social media if you've enjoyed it. I really appreciate the support from all our team and all our friends and family, and hopefully by working together and supporting each other, we can bring out the best versions of ourselves. So have a great day, have a great week, have a great morning, afternoon, lunch, wherever you are in the world. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.